of Rio de Janeiro, taking on the San Francisco 49ers.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Stroud's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. Well north of 100 yards receiving. He was hard to stop. The only thing they did well defensively, they didn't allow him to get in the end zone.
And that's small comfort for them because he actually carved them up. I love his versatility. I love his route running. Ran the entire route tree. They hit him on deep shots, quick hitters, balls over the middle, balls to the sideline. He was everywhere.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Stroud working out of the gun.
That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's Stroud. And he's got Smith and Jigba. Touchdown! Jackson Smith and Jigba.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Desperados put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking 1 drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they like, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers.
They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
Mac Jones absolutely believed in himself coming out of high school. Went to Alabama despite the fact there are many high-profile quarterbacks already on the roster and blossomed into a Heisman Trophy candidate in his final season with 41 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Steady, consistent as a passer, doesn't have the biggest cannon for an arm, but can stretch the field and lay those passes in on the deep ball.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Jones.
That's complete.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, Stroud.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 49ers.
Play action. Here's Stroud. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
And being able to set the tone early in this game, because when you get down to it.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Etienne, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 15 carries, 71 yards.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expecting to make a run at not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes on.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing, Jones. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have the Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Etienne up the middle. And space tough to come by there as they'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Stroud now on 1st and 10. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
He's got it. Now the ball comes loose. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. There he goes left side. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Well, the Rio offense set to take over. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a one-score game.
It's caught, Cooper. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. You look at this Niner defense. They're right around the middle of the pack, number 15 in the NFL against the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Robinson up the middle. Down to about the 45.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On second down, it's Stroud.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Stroud on third down now.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
So on fourth down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're looking to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Jones looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Norman. (10-7) our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's going to have a Niners first down. His good running gets him to about the 44.
Seemed like they picked an excellent time there, Charles, to go with the draw play.
They certainly did. Caught him a little over-eager trying to get into the backfield and get to the quarterback. They used their speed and their aggressiveness against them, didn't they?
That's going to be caught downfield by Reed.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
I I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. Jones. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Back to throw. Jones. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there was no way that ball was going to be caught.
Back to throw again. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
And they'll run with ETN. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Back to throw. Jones. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force them into a field goal attempt.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Now the Rio offense set to take over. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And Stroud now to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Stroud to throw it. On the slant, here's Smith and Jigba. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. Handoff now to Robinson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Robinson will try to pick it up.
Shifts past him, and he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
Holding offense.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down.
Stroud. Open man, that's Cooper.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Stroud. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the counter, ETN. And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Operating from the gun, Jones.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looking to throw. Jones.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And I tell you what, he got it from 50, and that had lots of living behind it, and they will take the lead at 13-10.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw taken in by Cooper here.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's got the connection to Moore.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. Stroud looking to throw.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Taking it about the 16. 14 seconds, all that's left of this first half as they come up on first down.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Tua Tagovailoa, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Baker Mayfield leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, first and 10.
Second half starts with a run by Etienne.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
23 yards the pickup there.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up third down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
13 yards there and a Niner first.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Throwing, Jones. Now a short one to Gesicki. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now Jones. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
They'll run with ETN. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Oh, he's going to be stopped up right at that unofficial yellow line, but I do believe he got the 2 yards. Yes, confirmed by the referee. It's a first down. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Robinson with another carry. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Stroud. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
It's 3rd down and 6.
Back to throw. Jones. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Stroud off the play fake. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. I'll call it
or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate get it.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Here's Jones on first down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones over the middle, complete. It's Reed.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Looking to throw. Jones. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And some room to work. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10.
Jones now throwing to start the drive.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37.
A 37-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
For the Rio offense about to set up shop once again.
Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Stroud now on second down. That pass complete to Moore.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Throwing now is Stroud. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here in Santa Clara.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 42-yard line.
A handoff for Etienne. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for San Francisco.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Rio offense about to set up shop once again. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Call it a gain of a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Desperados.
On the give, here's Robinson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Baseman. Defense.
The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stroud. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Ferguson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
A gain of a yard. And a real 1st down.
Play action. Stroud now. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Moss on the give up the middle, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Zach Moss, his first rushing touchdown of the year, and the Desperados are able to cut into that deficit. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll let Robinson try and run. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba and his offense ready to go once more here. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Stroud. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining.
So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Niners have just about sewn up this football game. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue, but that's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown, and when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
And he will have a Niners 1st down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Jones to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they take a knee.
Etienne up the middle.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, Matt. And they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
49ers, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week.
Meanwhile, for Rio,
the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3 and 3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,